Well, good morning folks, welcome back to the channel and another video. Pretty delightful summer morning. It's like, what, like 15 degrees or something? 16? It gives 23 degrees today in Ireland, which is very rare indeed. We've been out here for like half an hour or so with the plan to take some photos on Cinestill 400D. I actually got this from Bray Hunziker for the community gallery that he run. He was doing a lot of giveaways and stuff, and luckily enough I ended up getting myself some Cinestill 400D, and I also have the 50D as well, which I'll try out at some point. So cheers for that, Bray, appreciate it. Haven't tried this out before, so looking forward to see how these photos turn out. If you haven't checked out the community gallery, by the way, just a lot of quality photographers, a lot of quality photos, and it was cool to be a part of it. So I'll drop the link for that in the description below if you want to head over and check it out. But yeah, as you would have probably already seen, I did take a couple of photos. We have a real like hazy morning, and not something I really get to shoot that much. Really calm waters and just the really cool minimal sort of landscape in the background. So hopefully those photos turn out nicely. Waiting now for the sun to come up. It's kind of just peeking over the mountain there. Might get a few more here and then maybe head to another spot and see if I can get some more as well. Always good when people beat when you're talking. But anyway, see how we get on, because pretty delightful morning. Also, thanks to K&F for sending us over a new tripod. Been using this thing for a few weeks now, mainly indoors for like overhead shots and just the sit down shots that I do. Loving it so far, and I'm going to be using it throughout this video just to test it out with the Yashica, because I wanted something a little bit sturdier for this, and if we're doing any video shots or that, just a little bit more mobility about it and a little bit more heavy duty compared to our other ones. So yeah, seems good so far. The next day we got up for another sunrise and headed to the forest because I was hoping Cinestill would give me some really nice greens in the shots. So that's what we did, and luckily we got some really nice light too. So as you've seen with the first shot here in the forest, I ended up overexposing a few of these photos. I thought I had metered things correctly and figured it out, but something obviously wasn't right, which is quite annoying. In the first shot, the sky is quite a bit overexposed, so I didn't really get any of that nice blue that there was, and not really much detail either. This shot is just slightly overexposed a little. I do still like it, but it could certainly be better, and you will see that in a few of the photos coming up. It's just one of those things with film, and it happens. It's annoying, but I'll just have to remember for next time. For the last couple of shots on the roll, I headed to a different forest this time, just before sunset, and tried to get a few more nice shots. I do like the composition I was able to find with this shot, and the last shot I got, but again, overexposure was a bit of an issue, as you can see. Yeah, as I said, overexposure. Rather annoying. I think I really like this scene, although I'm not totally sure if it's just too messy to work, but I do still like it. but having next to no colour in the sky is unfortunate. I think I will have to go back to this scene and try and get this shot again in the same conditions and hopefully nail the exposure this time, because there's something about this scene that I like. A bit chaotic, but I still like it, I think. So my thoughts on Cinestill 400D after my first roll, actually pretty good. Probably a little bit better than I actually expected them to be. There are a few shots on this roll that I do really like, particularly the one of the red sign, one of the first shots that I took, and also the one of the red tractor. Now the photo with the red sign did require a little bit more editing than I normally do with film, mainly with the white balance. I did expect Cinestill to have that bluey, more purpley tone, which is not something I usually really like in photos. So I just slightly adjusted the white balance maybe a little bit more than I normally would with this one, and that brought it back to what I thought it looked like at the time. There's still a bluey haze there, which was there, but it warmed up the grass a little bit and got it back to how I think it was at the time. So yeah, I really like that shot. And then the photo of the tractor, I just thought worked perfectly. That didn't really require much editing at all, which was nice. And I just think Cinestill rendered the colours in that photo really well. And we have the nice sort of warm colour of the sand, the really vibrant red of that tractor, which obviously makes it stand out compared to the hazy blue background. I just really like that photo. I sort of had to wander around the tractor for a while to find out what photo would work best. The haze in the background really helped make the background sort of fade away and more minimal. But that was the angle where I thought it worked best, and yeah, really happy with how that photo turned out. I don't think Cinestill is a film I would use all the time. I don't know if I've mentioned it before on the channel, but when it comes to Cinestill, mainly obviously 800T being the popular film from Cinestill, I don't really like the halation. It was never something I really thought I wanted in my photos. I appreciate other people's photos, particularly obviously at night time. It has a cool look, it's something different. But I never really thought that the halation would be something I would really want in the majority of my photos. And 400D also has that same halation effect. I'm not sure if it's just as strong as 800T, but it is there. And in landscapey style photos, it's not something I really want in my photos. And there was a few photos on this roll, as you would have seen, where you can see it. I don't mind it in some of them, but it's not something I would want in my photos all the time. So yeah, it would be for certain occasions or for a certain look if I'm using it. But yeah, just not something I'd want in my photos all the time. The greens with Cinestill 400D was something I was looking forward to. Since starting film, I've really become a fan of nice, vibrant greens in photos. Even in my digital photos too. I think it's slightly changed how I look at scenes and how I edit my photos too. If any of you have used the presets or seen any of our digital photography too, you might sort of see the similarities there. But the greens in Cinestill I did like. I think that slightly bluey tone Cinestill leans more towards the colder tones. Really helps with greens actually. It gives them that real rich, almost dark green, which I do like. And yeah, I like it in these shots too. So yeah, overall, I don't think I would choose it over Kodak Portra or Kodak Gold, which is what I normally shoot, but I definitely wouldn't rule it out for certain occasions, and I think that Cinestill 400D is a film that a lot of people will really like. If you haven't used it already, I would recommend it. My style is just leans more towards the Portra and Gold, I think, but yeah, I think a lot of people would choose Cinestill 400D as their number one, I think. There are a few of those scenes that I really need to take again, as I mentioned. Overexposure, really annoying, because I really hate losing the detail and the nice color, the nice blue color in the sky. And I did that with a few photos, and it was exactly what I was trying not to do. So yeah, that's my mistake, I think, and I might have to reshoot a few of those scenes. By the way, thanks again to KNF Concept for sending us over the tripod, which I'm actually using right now. I'm actually a big fan of this tripod. I don't know if you can really be a massive fan of tripods. I don't particularly like them, but this one is doing the job for me. Exactly kind of what I wanted in a tripod. I'll drop the name of it down here if you want to take a look at it. This video is not sponsored by them in any way. They just sent us over the tripod. I was kind of in the market for a new one. So yeah, so far it is working pretty perfectly for what I need it to do. So That's always nice. I am aware that this video might be getting quite long at this point, so I'm not going to blabber on anymore, but let me know which photo was your favourite from this roll of Cinestill 400D, and let me know if you shoot it, what you think, and yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, maybe consider subscribing if you want to see more, and as we always say, take it easy, don't be a stranger. Autumn is coming in hot, so hopefully going to get out this week and shoot some nice foliage autumn colour photos. Stay tuned.